Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be going over what are Make.com pricing plans. So this video is going to be particularly useful for individuals who are just getting started with Make.com and are wondering which pricing subscription is right for you. Either way, this video is going to be short, sweet, and simple, guys. There's not going to be a lot of steps involved. So here we are on Make.com's pricing plan. And if you haven't signed up for Make.com just yet, you can use my link down below in order to sign up, and you'll get a slight discount when you do sign up. But just like how with any software as a service, you have annually and monthly subscriptions where the annual subscription is cheaper than the monthly subscription. Now, the main thing with Make.com is that they revolve around credits called operations, okay? And what operations are basically the usages that come with your scenario. So here's an example scenario, and this scenario will usually use around 8 operations per run. So in most cases, each module here runs at least one operation, okay? So each module will run at least one operation, but sometimes some modules will run multiple operations. So this module here might run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 operations or 8 operations. And so every time I run that scenario, I use operations, okay? So for the core plan, you're using 10,000 operations. For the pro plan, you're also using 10,000 operations, but the main difference, I'd say, is this one right here, okay? Priority scenario execution and custom variables. I don't really use full text execution log search, and I also don't like the minimum 1 minute interval between scheduled scenario executions, which is why I go with the pro plan when it comes to using Make.com. For me, 10,000 operations is more than enough for a solo entrepreneur just like myself. And so you can get more operations, as you see right here. And obviously, the more operations you use, the more expensive it is going to be. But just with Make.com though, you are going to save a lot of time if you do decide to learn this software and set it up correctly. Now, I'd say the free version isn't really enough to have you see what Make.com is fully capable of, just because you won't be able to run instant scenarios. So what I mean by that is, the biggest thing is that with Make.com, I have scenarios that run automatically as soon as information is input in. Whereas with these two here, you can only schedule out scenarios. So you'll have to schedule out a scenario, let's say every 15 minutes. But if you schedule a scenario out every 15 minutes, and let's say a scenario eats up like 10 operations, that's a lot of operations essentially being consumed every single day, okay? So for me, it makes more sense to do instant activation when it comes to inputting information, and then that is when the scenario will run. But I'd say the pro plan is an excellent plan to get started with Make.com. And then start with the lowest operations plan, just because if you go over your operations limit, you can always buy more. And what you don't want to do is that you don't want to go ahead and get too many operations, but then you just then end up never ever using them all. But with that being said, I'd say the pro plan is definitely worth it. I've never really had problems with file sizes, data transfers, or maximum scenario execution times. But everything with Make.com, it's absolutely phenomenal for my business. I absolutely love it. But if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.